This is Locker Room Talk with Jitim Young. I'm your boy. I'm your host, Jitim Young, Mr. Wildcat, Mr. Northwestern, Hall of Fame, Chicago legend, Mr. Big Ten, Gordon Tech Ram, Westside Grade. And I got a show for you guys today. Remember, you can always find the audio of the show on Anchor. You can go to Anchor and you can go to Anchor. You can type in Locker Room Talk with Jitim Young. You can pull up all the 13 shows I've done, all the 14 shows I've done. Um, this show I've decided to do live on YouTube so that we can just get a little bit of visual effect. So you can follow me on Twitter at Jitim Young. You can follow me on Instagram at Jitim Young, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Jitim Young Facebook Live. I'm I'm also available on Black Hippie Radio Entertainment, Bring It Again Sports Talk Radio, Black Hippie Radio Entertainment, BLAQHIPPIE Radio Entertainment, where we talk sports and more on Black Hippie Radio Entertainment. This is Locker Room, and just listen. You want to drive and listen to what I have to say. So I'm gonna jump right into it. We got a full show, a lot of football in this show. So in NFL news, Aaron Rodgers is made some changes, real similar to what LeBron did in Cleveland last year, but there's been a lot of coaching changes. First, Mike McCarthy, who has been coaching the Green Bay Packers for what 13 years now. He was fired and let go. Um, the associate head coach, upon his firing, made a comment. He said that someone needs to hold Aaron Rodgers to the uh, Vince Lombardi standard championship standard. Um, After the associate head coach Winston Moss tweeted that, he was immediately fired. Um, the interim coach that will be taking over the Green Bay Packers will be, his name is Mark Philbin. All right. So Mark Philbin will be taking over the head coaching duties. Or excuse me, his name is Joe Philbin. So Joe Philbin will be taking over the coaching duties for the Green Bay Packers. Also in NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs signed Benjamin, the former wide receiver of the Buffalo Bills. He had some problems in Buffalo. They let him go. He also played with Cam Newton. He was a wide receiver for the Panthers. Him and Cam couldn't see eye to eye. They couldn't see on the same page, and Cam let him go as well. Well, Carolina let him go. So Benjamin is now with one of the best, probably the best young quarterback. Definitely one of them, and one of the best quarterbacks right now in the game, and Patrick Mahomes. And all Benjamin has to do is just do his job. He learn that playbook, he be where he should be. Mahomes is going to get him a job, and he's going to give him football, I should say. And this is going to be a good resurgence in his career. Um, to go along with that, Kareem Hunt was released. The Kansas City Chiefs Hunts had that video surface from TMZ, and the Chiefs released him right away. He was in the hallway of his hotel room and pushed the young lady. He also kicked her. So the Chiefs released him. Let's talk some action. The Tennessee Titans defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville struggled a lot this year. Blake Bortles lost his starting position. Blake Bortles led the Jacksonville Jaguars to the AFC Championship a year ago. He's been struggling. The team hasn't been performing and winning, and he got demoted. The Tennessee Titans, led by Marcus Mariota, went in and handled business and got the win. I picked the Titans to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they won 30-9 on Thursday Night Football. even though Andrew Luck is not. Still taking Houston over there, over Indiana. Taking Atlanta over Green Bay. A lot of issues in that Green Bay locker room, so I'm taking Atlanta. Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham in Washington. The way they played the Chicago Bears. Great win for the Giants last week against the Bears in overtime. I'm taking the Giants. I'm picking the Giants to be victorious again. The New York Jets over Buffalo. Picking the New York Jets in that game. I'm picking Carolina. Cam Newton over a hot Baker Mayfield. The New England Patriots against Miami Dolphins. I'm picking Tom Brady. I'm picking Kansas City Chiefs over Baltimore. Lamar Jackson has been playing out of his mind. He's been playing great. I still feel that he should have been one of the top 2 to 3 quarterbacks taken based off even what he did at Louisville. But I'm taking Kansas City over Baltimore. Um, I'm taking New Orleans over Tampa Bay. Drew Brees. I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers over Cincinnati. I'm taking Denver over San Francisco. Philadelphia and Dallas game, I'm going to take Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. It's a tough game to pick, but if you give Zeke the ball, taking Detroit over Arizona, Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh over Oakland, and I'm taking the Chicago Bears over the Los Angeles Rams. The Bears play home, and I think that the Bears can pull off this victory. Let's talk some college football. In college football, Ohio State coach Urban Meyer decided that he's going to step down as head coach after the Washington football game in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. It's been a lot of people who have been excited and some just been like not so shocked about it with the health issues that Coach Urban Meyer had in the stressful season that he's went after having to fire one of his coaches for domestic violence and then taking the blame for it. It was definitely a tough year for him, but Ohio State played against Northwestern in a tough Big Ten championship football game. The Buckeyes came out victorious. They didn't make the college football playoffs, but the Ohio State Buckeyes had a great season. So whatever Coach Urban Meyer decided to do, wishing Coach good luck. Let's get into some of the college football awards. Josh Allen from the University of First Kentucky played in the college football awards. The Doc Walker Award went to Jonathan Taylor of Wisconsin Badgers, best running back in college football. The Best Wide Receiver Award went to Jerry Jeudy of Alabama. Jim Thorpe Award as Best Defensive Back went to DeAndre Baker of Georgia. The Outland Trophy went to Quentin Williams, the Best Defensive Tackle. He's from Alabama. Ray Guy Award, the Best Punter, went to Texas A&M Brandon Mann. The Louis Graza Award went to Syracuse's Andre Smith as the Best Kicker. All right. The Peter Mortel Award went to Mac Ludermilk from UCF as Best Holder. The Buckets Award went to LSU. Devin White is the best linebacker in all of college football. John Mackey Award is the best tight end. Went to a sophomore at Iowa, those Iowa Hawkeyes. The sophomore, he's the first ever sophomore to ever win this award. It went to T.J. Hawkinson, best tight end in the country. Davey O'Brien went to Kyler Murray of Oklahoma as the best quarterback and the most valuable player of all college football. The Maxwell Award, Player of the Year, went to Tua Tagovailoa of Alabama, the undefeated Alabama Crimson Tide. The Heisman will be given on, I think, either Sunday or Monday. Those finalists are Tua, it's Kyler Murray of Oklahoma, and Haskins of Ohio State. Those are the final three. Some bowl games I'm going to be paying attention to. Obviously, I'll be paying attention to the college football playoffs. We have Clemson against Notre Dame, Dallas in the Cotton Bowl. You have Alabama against Oklahoma, and Miami, Florida in the Orange Bowl. Michigan against Florida in Atlanta for the Chick-fil-A Bowl. You got Northwestern, the Wildcats, representing the Wildcats right here. Northwestern will be facing Utah in the Holiday Bowl in San Diego. The Citrus Bowl will be Kentucky against Penn State in Orlando, Florida. You got Washington against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, Pasadena, California. Purdue will be facing Auburn in the Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee. And Texas will be facing Georgia in New Orleans, the New Orleans Saints Stadium in the Sugar Bowl. Let's talk some NBA basketball. Well, in NBA news, Russell Westbrook has passed Jason Kidd as third all-time on the triple-double list of the NBA. Russell Wilson has been having a great season, and not only is he getting triple doubles, but his team is being very successful. LeBron James scored 42 points in his win over the San Antonio Spurs. After the game, they asked Coach Popovich, um, was he able to stop him? And Coach Popovich said, he's LeBron James. Have you ever seen him play? Classic Popovich, very intimidating, very imposing to the media. I love Coach Popovich as a coach. LeBron James scored 20 of his 42 in the fourth quarter. Now, there's been a lot of speculation going on, and a lot of people are talking that LeBron James kind of out of balance the plays called by Coach Walton. Um, LeBron James is getting his Peyton Manning on, and he's the offensive coordinator for the Lakers, especially him being the point guard. But some of the plays that Coach Walton is calling, LeBron is just totally ignoring those plays. And a guy that's been in the NBA 16 years, who's seen everything, who's done everything. No one is going to argue with him. No one is going to challenge his authority. And I'm sure Magic Johnson is allowing him free will to make those decisions. Anthony Davis, talk about a guy, the New Orleans Pelicans, Chicago, Illinois, Chicago legend. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Throwback KG in Minnesota. Anthony Davis is he's MVP numbers. Last year he was in a race. He also was in a race for defensive player of the year last year. It came up short. But this guy's putting up MVP numbers. To go along with this MVP race, you got to look at Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has his team. He's the number one team in the NBA. They're in first place in the Eastern Conference, and he is playing well. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks last night against the Golden State Warriors, but Giannis looks amazing. The guy's doing everything. As soon as he develops that jump shot, he's going to be unstoppable. What Giannis is doing for the Milwaukee Bucks is remarkable. LeBron James will always be in this conversation because he's LeBron. The Lakers went from no time to showtime. Now, and Durant, we talk MVP in the NBA. Scoring machine, very talented. Arguably the best player in the league. If he was a leader like LeBron, he probably would be the best. Talk about some of the top 8 teams in both the Eastern and Western Conference. You got Toronto, Milwaukee, Philly, 1, 2, 3. Detroit is number 4. Indiana is number 5. Boston, 6. Orlando is 7. And Charlotte, coming off a great win against Denver, is number 8. Kemba Walker has been just tremendous. He's been on fire. In the Western Conference, you got Denver, OKC, Clippers, Golden State, 1, 2, 3, 4. You got LeBron and the Lakers, number 5. Memphis, the Grizzlies, is number 6. Portland is 7. Dallas is 8. You got Sacramento, Minnesota, Utah, and the Pelicans on the outside looking in, but very close. In the Eastern Conference, you only got the Wizards that's hovering around the playoff position. Talk college basketball. Top 25 in college basketball. 25 is Nebraska, 24 Purdue, 23 Maryland, 22 Mississippi State, 21 Villanova, 20 is Arizona State. 14 is North Carolina. 13 is Texas Tech. 12 is North Carolina. 11 is Florida State. 10, Michigan State. The Spartans, big win over today. 9 is Auburn. 8, Kentucky. Kentucky might be dropping. They lost to Seton Hall today. 7 is Tennessee. 6 is Nevada. 5 is Michigan. Michigan with a win today brings them to 10-0. 4 is Virginia. 3 is Duke. 2 is Kansas. And 1 is the Gonzaga Bulldogs. As always, have love and passion in your heart. Always be kind to people and appreciate those who play a role in your success in life and helping you reach that next level. Always be humble, and whatever you do it to the best of your ability. This is Locker Room Talk with Jitim Young. I'm your boy. I'm your host, Jitim Young, Chicago finest, Northwestern Wildcat, Mr. Wildcat, Mr. Northwestern, Big Ten great, Hall of Fame, Chicago Capital League, Gordon Tech, West Side legend. Thanks for joining me on Locker Room Talk, where we bring the conversations from the locker room that us players have inside the locker room to the podcast. Peace and God bless.